Yeah. It is, what's the day today? May 10th? 13th. It is May 13th. Brother Paul, Brother Adam DeSanti. We've been preaching for about 2 hours, and I've been playing guitar most of that time. Phil just started about 20 minutes ago, maybe 30 minutes. And someone called. It might have been Elvis over there. You know, it could have been Free Info in Islam, but you know, we're not too loud. It's loud here, so the ambient noise is pretty solid. So we're gonna go in for a closer look.
Where have you been for 2 years? This is the first time you've ever shown up. So if they passed on the law, then they have to be I mean, hey, listen, you guys don't want to clean it, right? You want to straighten it, right? I'm just trying to reason with it. You want to straighten stuff up. So what does that have to do with anything? What's it going to do? Electrocute you? I've been doing it for 3 years. This is the first time. It was 2 weeks ago.
No, we are allowed.
Okay. So, like, they should give me a formal writing if that's against the law, then they can show me, right? And then if that's
we're just preaching, you know, and somebody maybe took offense.
And if there are discussions that you can't do anything, you're not here to enforce it.
Take their every banner, sticker, poster, everything. Yeah, it's coming down.
Okay.
Poster, everything.
Right, but we're here only for like a middle of the day and then we leave. So we take it down for you. It's not like it's a sticker that stays there.
Posters are usually for the next day.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Right, but this is not permanent. This is only just for the daytime. Okay, but what I want to ask you is, you haven't been here for 3 years. I've been here since 2010, and you haven't been here for 2.5 years. Well, you've never complained until 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was the first time you ever said anything. And it was your boss, and I said, I'll take it down when we're done, and then you can clean it. And he said he wouldn't go along with that. So I had to disagree with him, and then he walked off. So, you know, that's a lie. Have you ever watched? I never swear, brother. That's against what I believe.
You got sweared at.
I don't treat cops like dirt or nothing. That's a lie. So he swore at me, actually.
Take everything down.
Well, that's fine. Right, that's fine. Well, according to them, right? So it has to be a law. It's not law. Okay? So it's not law. No, it isn't. Because if it was, then there'd be enforcement for it. And they would show me the law. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I never argue with you. It was your other boss. This is the first time I've ever met you. I've never met you before, bro. Anyways, so we try to respect, you know, the sound and everything, right? It's funny how no one else bothers anybody else when they bother us. You know, we deal with other people. We preach the law on the street and everything, so, you know, that's fine. According to what? Is there some, you see, you have to present the law. You have to show me where it says that.
Oh, sorry.
No, actually 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, I had an officer come with another officer. He was very belligerent with me when he was talking.
Send them home. Send them home. Too much propaganda. Lies.
He said, never. If I see you doing it, I'm going to give you a ticket. I said, you give me the ticket, I'll just throw it on the court because I know the Bible. So then he proceeded to just take off, and he was standing over there, and he watched me. I got on, started speaking, never came back. So it's not against the law. So, and he knows it, but there's an intimidation factor on some officers, not all officers. But we still give respect because they're doing their job. Everything's against the law?
You know it. Very popular guy.
Right, but these posters come down, right, at the end of the day. Free. So if I put it on my back,
Hey, yo!
I just can't have it on my back. No, I pay for this. I pay taxes. I pay taxes. I don't want to argue with you. I'm just
If your job is to clean this and it looks like that, just as you would have been in that.
You know, a lot of people say it. I mean, when we read the Bible, it's controversial. It's the opposite of what we live.
Maybe back in the 70s.
So Christ back path and methods, and I have a lot of passion to conform to whatever the culture accepts. I can't do that. And yet at the same time, we have lots of friends that are very loving. We all go home and and so that's it. At the end of the day, we can say the same thing and run to you every time they say something or someone says something. Okay, he's doing his job. He's doing his job.
On what charge? It's a free country, my friend. You want to go to fascist Nazi Germany where nobody's able to say anything, man? Go over to the Free Info and Islam booth too.
George, we love you, brother. We love you, man. George, we love you.
Respect
We love you. You gotta read a history book, a real history book, nothing has even school.
And the main issue is people have offense to certain things that everybody says. I mean, I get offended when I see people strap dildos in public in front of little kids. I don't know how you feel about that, but that offends me. So I can run to the cops every time and say that offends me, and that they should take it down. But we see there's an agenda to push that in public. So if they're going to push their beliefs, I'm going to push mine. So are homosexuals, they're bigots too. So we can fight all day, but the reality is it's freedom of speech. I let them do their thing, so I can do mine. Canada's a great nation because we can say what we believe, and then people can go home and think about it. If they want to follow that, they can follow it. The moment we take away freedom of speech, we have fascism, and nobody wants that. That's what Hitler did. Okay, so this, like I said, I know many of these street performers and all that, and we try to make friends. We're friends with most of them. When the sound is a little bit too dominant, we just turn it down and try to. They have their music and stuff. We try to work. We're not here to fight.
Atheists are bigots.
All right, we don't want to escalate. We'll let him.
Not going to lead people to the truth, then I'm going to expose them.
I gotta take my own advice.
People can read for themselves too, right? And they can keep walking. If they don't like what I say, they can keep walking. Where's the card? Which card? What, my cards? There's our minister. I know, so do you though. You brainwash people with your life. You see, everybody's preaching a message. So there's freedom of speech in Canada. How many people like freedom of speech?
I do.
Should we let people do nothing? Should we let people
This is a great corner. This is a wonderful street corner.
Otherwise you have Nazis or fascists.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. See, we don't want to create violence or anything with anybody, If you don't agree with what we say, everybody can keep moving. They can believe whatever they want to believe. People get offended all the time. If I complained to the police every time somebody offended me about Islam or something else, they would be busy all day dealing with foolishness, The reality is, we love everybody. If you don't love the truth, that's not my problem. We're only here to tell people the truth. Yeah?
Paul, what are you doing?
Amen, brother. You got it, man.
I'm going to see what I can do.
Jesus said to be hated of all men for my name.
How you doing, man?
Maybe
Excitement, a lot of excitement. You get assaulted today yet? Anybody throw ink on you, or?
And then you can go home and think about it. We can tell you there's no salvation in Islam. There's no salvation in Buddhism. And people might get offended by that, but if you wouldn't get offended, right? Exactly. There's no payment for sin, though. You see, if we really have a just God, then there's no payment for sin. We got to consider that. Everything has to be paid for if God is perfect in His justice. If God is perfect in His justice, then every sin has to be paid for. You see, so then I look and I see, well, where is real justice served? Is it served in Buddhism? No, there's no payment for sin. Is it served in Islam? No, Islam didn't even have salvation until 1400 years ago. They had no other method to get saved. You see? Where did Muslims get saved before Islam came around 1400 years ago? How did they get saved? There was no salvation. You see? God bless you, bro. Yeah, man. One second. Can you grab the DVD? We got free DVDs here. We got free DVDs to people.
Oh, there was a city worker that was complaining, I think, about the hanging up things. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're already really
times.
We're very tidy. We always clean up.
People doing all manner of sexual immorality and wickedness. And you know, I can go and complain to the police and say that offends me. But you know, the reality is they're still going to do what they want to do. So we have freedom of speech. It's a great country that we live in. Canada's great because we can all speak our mind. We can all say what we believe. We can even have heated discussion as long as it doesn't turn violent, right? We're not here to be violent. We love people. We love our enemies. I love the Muslims, you know? But the Muslims, Muhammad is not a true prophet of God. You just read the books, you'll see. Read the Torah and the Gospels. The Israelite prophets don't line up with Muhammad. You know, Jesus doesn't line up with Muhammad, you know? That's just the truth, man. Muslims might take offense to that. But you know, that's what Jesus said. I didn't say it. Jesus said it. Jesus said he was the truth. You don't need to go any further. You don't need to go to Muhammad if Jesus said he was the truth. If Jesus said he was salvation, then you don't need to go anywhere else, you know? And if the Muslims would just look, how did God pay for sin? How did God pay for sin before Islam even came around as an organized religion? How did God pay for sin before Muslims came, or before Islam came around as a religion? You know, the payment for sin was in the shedding of blood. An animal was to teach you a lesson. Your animal would be destroyed or you would be destroyed. You see? So we're only teaching you fundamentals. Yes, brother. I did turn
Blood on the doorposts?
Yes. He was an occultist Satanist for...
Alright, so what about my role? I can do my best, brother, but I mean, I'm here to preach too, right? I'll do my best. I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, brother. Alright. You see, so we try to work civilly with people, but the reality is, you know, just turn it down a tiny bit, okay? Everybody wants me to come over here and they're being nice. Hey, man, can you turn it down? I'm shooting a documentary film. But nobody's going to care about that documentary film unless it has to do with Jesus and salvation, you know? So people tell us to shut down so that they can continue to do what they want to do, you know? We live in a free country. Amen. We live in a free country. Okay? I'm free to preach what I believe. You are free to preach what you believe. I'm not going to kill you because you don't follow Jesus. I'm not gonna kill your family or hate you.
That's right.
If you don't follow
we lay down our lives.
Okay, so we're only here to preach the good news to you that you will be saved. You know what favorite? Just kill the candidate, because that way we're away from their production.